Goodness. Okay, going going into the draft here.
It's okay,
We got
chat.
the glass
It's okay.
cannon start Dubu on ice.
Yeah,
It's
so
happening.
quickly, just to kind of go over that. So it's Catalyst Glass Cannon start, triple Glass Cannon on the side of Trio Abusers with Juliet, Jakar midfield, and that Dubu goalie. And then we have the Atlas goal on the other side, Zentaro here, and the Estelle on Atlas Labs. And not quite sure what SuRpLu5 did take here in terms of their awakenings. There we go, Joker with the Catalyst, and then Barcode and Puffy with the Glass Cannon. And as we get in the game here, I mean, Barcode and Vaughn just kind of ping-ponging a bit. Barcode losing the end of that trade. Puffy hitting it down, tries to get it past Bells to Joker. Into gets a barrier for his troubles. Primary not quite able to get it. Barcode getting it to Puffy, trying to get it past Bells, getting through that passing play. And really just, as we get in the air, health bar is looking really, really low for Trio Abusers here, Mystic.
Yeah, at any moment Vaughn could die here, right? Or Puffy, but Puffy at least has the Atlas ultimate to back him up. Vaughn, on the other hand, has no elusive, has absolutely nothing here, no stagger, and Joker is on Zentaro, right? He has the ability to finish him off, and there it is, right? Using the passive to push him down a little bit further, and then actually finishing him off with that core flip. They have the man advantage, but no, Bells ties it up immediately, pushing him into the gravity well. One barrier apiece, but Vaughn's gonna be the first one up here on his Jakar, not playing Luna this time around. I don't know if it was banned out or what the ban was, but hey, this Jakar is deadly. Oh. And the Molten Bolt immediately getting that final lock, but Bells having to stand in the middle here, trying to stall it out just a little bit longer to see if they can make a play. But Joker getting back-to-back kills, right? First one on Vaughn and now on Bells, seeing a lot of pressure. Are they able to? What do you think? They're up a man, but they're down a barrier at the moment.
Yeah, it seems like Bells, about to respawn evens right now, and YouAlreadyLose does have that barrier to play with here, so definitely going to be a little bit of a hill to climb for the SuRpLu5 Esports. Great core flip there from YouAlreadyLose, but amazing save from Barcode as they're playing a little bit of ping pong here. Puffy able to get it past Vaughn finally, and then just losing out on the strike where Vaughn winning that strike where hitting it into the top corner.
Yeah, Vaughn with a really good placement over there, beating out pretty much Puffy's strike and getting it before Barcode could use that primary. One thing is also I noticed is that Puffy is playing Estelle here and not opting to go for Jakar, so I don't know if he prefers this style, like if maybe the Estelle is a better matchup to pair with the Zentaro, or he simply doesn't want to play against Vaughn's Jakar in the Ditto. But Puffy is really good on the Estelle. I want to see if he can make it work, and it does seem like it is working quite a bit in the moment. Bells is looking really low, and then Joker, whenever he has abilities up, can try to finish him off possibly. But it's quite a bit of back and forth right now.
One thing that Estelle, as we just saw there, the confirms on the barriers and sometimes the kills as well are just so incredibly easy to do. And just as easy as Joker can find that bottom corner as I was talking. Amazing play there off the wall, kind of finds the angle away from YouAlreadyLose. And really kind of what I was saying earlier is that power of that Estelle, right? You can use that primary, use that ult. You have so many ways to confirm barriers on this character, right? It's kind of, unknown for it on Oni Village. But Atlas Lab as well, one of those maps that it's not easy to hold the barriers, as we see right there with Caleb. YouAlreadyLose not able to hold these barriers, and now core flip into Joker. Joker down there stuffed by YouAlreadyLose. Great plays there, and now it's going on the other side.
Yeah, and now both Vaughn and Bells are looking really low. Vaughn might have to blow the core flip early, but YouAlreadyLose, with the whiz of a flip, goes forward, misses the stun, and it just slowly rolls past them.
Yeah, I mean, Puffy just there, receives the core. Not really, a little bit more of a mistake on Trio Abusers' part, but a goal nonetheless, so they're going to be happy with that. And
Sometimes
as we get into the next round...
are funny.
I mean, look at this damage, though, Mystic. I mean, the Atlas, there to heal up, to heal up SuRpLu5 so that they're not able to trade with them. Trio Abusers is not able to trade with SuRpLu5 very well. And Zentaro Estelle just does so much damage. Vaughn just has no energy. He has to evade all the time. And Puffy, as he hits the middle, gets a barrier, though, for his health bar. So not the worst thing in the world. Bells playing with core flip. Tries to do the Yoki tech with the dash. Actually whiffs it a little bit. So definitely not the easiest thing to do in the world. But now, no energy as well. Puffy just low enough to be broken, but just heals up as well. Barcode and Joker trying to get it past YouAlreadyLose, and Vaughn taking crazy damage there from the Atlas Expanse. And as Bells finds a random KO onto Puffy, not quite what you want to see, and now they're on defense until Puffy can come back online.
I feel like even down before Puffy was staggered a little bit, and then Barcode, oh my god, Joker with the KO while trying to maintain presence with the ball, also gets the last barrier. This man's just out of control right now. Barcode is walking up, playing as that extra midfielder, right? To kind of alleviate some of the pressure on Puffy so that he can go up a little bit more as well. They aren't able to convert this into a play, and Vaughn, great shotgun, the primary to get that final barrier here, walking up with Bells, trying to make a little bit of a power play. But it's going back and forth here. Who's going to secure it first? It's like we're in overtime. The core is going really fast. Anything can happen. We've been in this situation together plenty of times, and it just feels like this crazy intense. Like any ability could be the finishing one.
Oh, it's that one.
It just happens, right? It's like usually never this like coordinated effort that ends up going through during these overtime plays. It's like some stray shot that you're never expecting that angle, and it manages to find its way in, and that was off the gravity well with
the Zentaro.
With Joker, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, coming into draft here, I'm looking at a couple things here. Infinite Super Surge, he's not going to take. He's actually going to take Heavy Impact. I somewhat agree with it. I think Heavy Impact definitely really good for the damage for what they're trying to do here. Twin Drive on that Dubu. Taking Missile Prop, actually, on the Atlas to take it away from the Drakar. Castless on the Drakar. Super Surge onto Puffy. And Spark of Strength onto Bells. What are you thinking about this draft, Mystic?
So, I think Bells is hoping here, because he didn't take Tempo Swing, right? So he's taking the Spark of Strength, and I'm thinking, like, regardless of what happens next round, ideally, Trio Abusers win, that Bells is able to pick up at least one more Spark, ideally Agility or Resilience, and then all of a sudden he's going to be getting a lot of value from that. But outside of that, I'm going to say it's SuRpLu5 who came out on top with that draft, right? Like, Barcode gets Missile Prop, it is Joker who has Heavy Impact, which means Vaughn doesn't get it. They have so much damage coming out, right? Because isn't all three of, including the passive of Zentaro, everything's an impact?
Everything on Zentaro is an impact. That is true. The passive, I believe, is a light hit. I don't actually think it's classified as an impact. I need to double check that. Zentaro main, by the way. I can't quite think right now about it. But anyways, we get into here. Joker respawning. Barcode looking a little low. As he... Oh my goodness!
A little bit of tag team.
Yeah. Barcode actually core flips to finish the kill, but dies anyway later on. It's a 2v2 here. Bell's looking a little bit staggered, though. And Puffy low as well. Needs to watch out. And Vaughn respawning. They're going to have a little bit of time here to play it forward. Joker playing goalie, but Puffy just absolutely outplaying YouAlreadyLose, getting the last barrier, and almost has flip. Needs to watch out. Evades the black hole, but it's not enough. Bells finds the top corner, and Barcode just not able to get there on time.
Yeah, it looks like Trio Abusers are finding these KOs now, even though they weren't before, and it's surprising because, well, I guess Bells did pick up Spark of Strength, but I would say the draft still, damage-wise, favors SuRpLu5. So I'm very surprised that all these KOs are happening for, or like coming out of Trio Abusers. I don't know if it's just, you know, mispositioning here. Maybe the Atlas ult isn't coming out at the right time, but they're low. Like, Puffy's low. Joker, like, Puffy's just immediately taken out here. Even though they do have the barrier advantage, usually having 2-to-1 barriers isn't that big of a deal. You're going to give one up immediately. Vaughn able to get that first one themselves, and Joker kind of have to force... like forcing that core flip out just to stall a second longer to let Puffy up. So maybe now that things go to a little bit of neutral state here, they're able to turn this around, get that final barrier, and okay, it's working. They're doing stuff. There's the point.
Really, really good KO, actually. I believe Puffy and Joker kind of tag teamed that KO. I'm not sure who got the credit exactly, but getting the kill onto Vaughn. And like you said earlier, you know, Trio was able to find these kills, but I still believe they're getting out pressured, getting out damaged here. And a lot of what's kind of damaging SuRpLu5 is actually that gravity well in the center, right? They're getting caught in it a little bit. And so if they can, just like right there, take it away. But Bells with the dash punch off the top. Now they're in a power play. YouAlreadyLose. Tries to get it past Puffy here. Puffy, Vaughn to Bells. Vaughn and Bells playing the same side here. Need to separate to try to get a great core flip out from Barcode. Vaughn just looking to dribble. Joker's now up. They can try to settle things down here. SuRpLu5, he needs to get it out of their thing. Barcode going down. Bells with the dash punch again. Losing a barrier, Caleb is, but can't quite... Whew. Yeah, Bells, great dribble there. Finds the top corner. Doesn't really matter. They lose a barrier there. And they're just finding these crazy kills. These dash punches just won them that round.
Bells is scaling, right? Like, if he doesn't get touched for a few seconds, he has the Glass Cannon. So Glass Cannon, also 24 power from Spark of Strength, and then your Pummelers already. If you're even remotely close to the edge, you will die to Dash Punch. And you can see how well Bells is doing right now, kind of just avoiding getting hit by stray stuff, so that he can keep the Glass Cannon up and just make, like, a surprise play. Gets hit over there, loses the Glass Cannon stack, but both of them, or I should say both of the barriers of SuRpLu5 are gone, and now they're going to have to defend from this far back position. And YouAlreadyLose, walking a little bit too close there, gets hit by the sun of the core flip. taken out, and now, oh my goodness, dude, what is happening? What was that? The missile prop that got the KO?
So that was the missile prop. So Puffy did primary that for the damage to kind of get that initial knockback, and then Barcode with the missile prop Atlas primary gets the kill onto Bells there actually at the end, and then Joker just there, or not onto Bells, excuse me, onto Vaughn. And Bell's just not able to get back in time for Joker to just tap it in. And it's 2-2. I mean, SuRpLu5 are up a set. If they get this set, they could maybe run away with this first game.
Oh my goodness. I had to rewatch that back. That was just a super surge. Like, I don't think there was anything else besides Puffy using the Rose Warp there.
Yeah, it
and it was enough to kill him. Right, because it's also Glass Cannon. And right now, SuRpLu5 Esports are able, like, they're in a position to make this a 2-0 set for them, right? They can start this first game off super, but no! It's the cursed double barrier. It happened. It's always at these critical moments where you think it's like, yes, we can close it out, but it's still not over yet. I feel like they still have the pressure, like you're saying. They're able to put on this damage here, and they're able to keep kind of progressing forward little by little. So I feel like they're still in prime position here to finish it off. But Bells, it's like a really nice pass up from Vaughn, and forcing the core flip out of YouAlreadyLose. It's going into ping pong. It is overtime right now, and let's see what changes up.
Yeah, and then Puffy with the missed primary, but does not matter. Joker able to keep it down for him, and Puffy finds that bottom corner. I think, you know, SuRpLu5 with the 2 sets here, really good start from them. And I don't know, this could be the start of a king slaying, right? They could take this next game depending on how this draft goes, but Big Fish being infinite, that's going to be huge for the Juliet, right? Absolutely huge. It's definitely going to be pretty good for the Zentaro as well if he ends up taking it. But Juliet, one of Juliet's best trainings, I mean, just size in that character is absolutely ridiculous. I think Barcode getting that extra special is going to be really helpful too, though, right? You can talk on that
extra special is going to be at the start of every single round. He doesn't have to worry about holding it in between rounds anymore. You can just slam it whenever he feels like it. You can now also use it to heal up a little bit more. Another big pickup is Vaughn actually opting in for Big Fish as well, right? Yeah. He wants to compete with the size a little bit, but the main thing is he gets the stagger. He's been getting bullied so much. It's definitely going to help out just having that extra stagger, and then it can also scale a little bit if they manage to get some rounds for themselves.
Yeah, I'm a little worried here, though. I'm not really sure Trio Abusers are going to be able to trade with SuRpLu5 Esports anymore, you know, with that with that Atlas ult, you know, being on such a low cooldown as he loses both barriers, though, for his triples. Vaughn looking mighty low. Joker and Puffy able to maybe find a KO here to turn this around, passing it to Joker, gets it to the top corner here. Vaughn able to clear it away. Barcode trying to get it back to his forwards, and he is able to do so. Vaughn broken now, looking to get killed. Bell's also broken, and I mean... Oh, and Joker just steps onto that gravity well, flips, get the last barrier, and Barcode looking for the play here onto Joker, onto Puffy, bottom corner, not able to get it in, and Barcode hitting it forward, trying to keep it forward here for Puffy. The Rose Warp not able to find it, and man, this is just going a bit crazier. Barcode with the flip, trying to get it past Vaughn. Vaughn winning every single strike war, missing it to Joker. Joker and Puffy with the play here on that black hole again through that ult. And this is just going back and forth, but the Crystal Thorn's able to hit it through.
Great play from Puffy there, and overall, just good hold from Barcode and Joker. Able to kind of stall it, right? They lost the 2 barriers immediately at the beginning of the round. They were able to bring it back pretty quick. And like you're saying, it's so much damage coming out. If the rounds can last long enough, it's always going to favor SuRpLu5, because over time they will have the lasting damage, and they'll eventually get to a point where this core is moving fast enough, whether it's an overtime or not, and someone will be dead on Trio Abusers. Right now it's tied 1-1 in barriers, but you know, Vaughn's looking mighty low. He's getting close to core flip, which might actually be a hindrance for him. I used the elusive earlier, right? Because what I was going to say is, if you have that core flip, you're forced to burn it. You have nothing else for backup.
Yeah. And backup, we see there 1 KO on either side. Puffy and Bells are the only forwards left, but Puffy looking a little bit unhealthy here. Bells, I don't think quite has the dash punch to secure that kill, and I say that, and he does. Has core flip as well. Barcode, the amazing save, able to keep it up until Joker comes back, but not able to save that last one. Bells waiting out the primary, flip into primary, nothing they can do. I mean, great recovery there from Trio Abusers.
Yeah, they held it down, and they're getting the kills even through the Atlas ultimate, right? Bells was able to pick up 2 kills there, first on Joker, and then on Puffy. And I'm surprised, right? Like, we have Barcode with the extra special here for the ultimate, and oh my goodness, Bells with the quick pickup from the side. You just have all that extra knockback from his 14 knockback and strength awakenings here, and it's just a mosh pit on top of it, right? YouAlreadyLose is walking up doing Dubu things. When you have that winning kind of momentum, YouAlreadyLose can do what Dubu does best and kind of roll that win harder. So they're able to open it up. Joker doing a good job alongside Puffy to bring it back just for a little bit, but it's not enough. That was a really quick point for trio abusers.
Yeah, and I think trio abusers are kind of realizing, right? They're losing out on these longer trades. They're getting a little bit beaten up in damage, so they're finding that early KO with that dash punch, and they're just steamrolling SuRpLu5 right now. 2-1 in this third set, and I mean, SuRpLu5 going to be looking to try to survive a little longer, trying to get those Atlas ults, you know, keep healed up, not die to a random black hole like we saw to the other set or a random dash punch. Joker with the flip down to Puffy. Not too much can be found for it except for their own barrier. Barcode, no barriers left. He's left with just his lone hands and his goal, no abilities. YouAlreadyLose with the core flip as well, looking like a brick wall. But as I say that, Joker with the amazing Zentaro ult to actually get the first barrier there. Bell's dribbling, dash punch not quite able to find it. Barcode with the evade strike, and the strike again, and he saves it.
Save.
And Puffy with the Rose Warp gets the second one. They could turn this around here, Mystic. They're going to hit it up here, try to find Joker. Not able to find Joker. Bells with the hit, but it can't get it. Puffy dies for his sins as well. Just not quite able to find that primary to save that core.
They were almost able to claw it back there, but trio abusers just changed something. I don't know what it was, and now going into this next draft. Oh, actually, I'm surprised there's no sparks here. There's only one more draft left, which I think that means all the remaining sparks are stuck in there, whether that's 2 or 3 sparks. But Vaughn getting Primetime as first pick is absolutely huge. Juliet is probably going to get built different unless Barcode wants to deny it.
Oh, yep.
Maybe the peak performance, exactly. Yeah, Hotshot going over to Estelle, which is really nice. Dubu doesn't really get much here. I don't know if he has any.
Probably on you.
It doesn't look like he had any orb trainings right now, and this is actually a pretty big pickup for Joker, right? Because he wasn't able to pick up the Super Surge before, and now he gets that first dash range awakening, which you always say, like, you know, getting that one awakening is like such a big deal for Zentaro.
Yeah, Zentaro, once you get that dash training, whether, you know, it is the Super Surge or the aerials, another Atlas primary with the missile prop actually getting it, but he loses his own barrier there. So hopefully they'll be able to find it with that incredible dash, but you already lose with the body slam, and Vaughn's going to be coming up. They have a 9-second power play here. Bells to Vaughn. Vaughn dribbling it a little bit, keeping it up. Barcode, really great saves there. Puffy trying to keep it away from his own net. Joker just comes up, gets the other barrier. Puffy, great plays. Joker trying to keep it away from Bells. Bells is just dribbling, though, and Vaughn's getting him to him every single time, but nothing should get past Barcode and his flip as he uses it right here. YouAlreadyLose trying to get one himself. Bells finds the kill on Barcode and just gets a free goal.
I like exactly what Bells did there, right? So he could have stepped back and tried to make a play with the core, but he actually ignored the core for a second because he saw Barcode was so close to the edge, and Barcode was expecting a play to happen right there, so he actually just opted in to kill Barcode first and then worry about scoring after. So I like the decision making coming out of Bells, and it seems like these quick decisions that they are making is what's causing the game to turn to their favor. Because it was starting off super strong for SuRpLu5, and now all of a sudden it's just non-stop momentum coming through from trio abusers. It doesn't feel like the play is ever not in their favor anymore. Constantly, it's one barrier after the other one into a goal or something like that. I don't know what happened there. You know, Joker and Puffy aren't able to hold on as much, and it feels like Barcode has to just defend non-stop, and we're getting points like these go through.
Yeah, you know, Vaughn, I feel like just as a player in general, in houses and solo queue, whatever it is, whenever his back's against the wall and it goes down, I feel like he kicks into another gear, right? I mean, he's already an incredible midfielder, just such good strike war presence, really good midfield presence, but just kicks it into another gear, as we see here, not losing, a single strike war. But Puffy's got something to say about that as he core flips, not able to get the barrier, but it gets to Joker here. Maybe Joker can find something with the Centauro ult in the passive, not quite able to hit it. Flips, maybe can get it, gets it for his triples, but dies. So it will be a power play on the trio abusers to see if they can make use of it. Vaughn and Bells are looking quite low, though, so if Joker can come back up and they still have a barrier, this could be a little bit dangerous. Healing up, able to defend the barrier. Barcode is flip from Bells, not quite able to make it. Joker, will they be able to get it past Vaughn? Vaughn, just the iron wall, just hitting it through both players on the side of SuRpLu5. Gets the second barrier, and now it's an even game here. Puffy dribbling, trying to find the primary. Joker closing in on the core. They're sharks looking for their prey. Joker hitting that black hole. Barcode trying to play up, getting it to his forwards with Bells dribbling here. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Ooh, great save from Barcode. And I mean, to Bells, it's just the same thing over and over again. Barcode just making these insane saves. How much can he do when he can't do enough to the bottom corner?
He just can't cover the entire goal by himself, right? And it was like Puffy was up top, trying to stop Vaughn from advancing forward. Joker was blocking the pass, but every time they make a shot and Barcode has to clear it out, eventually the core is moving too fast and Bells is just finding himself in the right spot to get the empty space that Barcode isn't in. And I felt like they were coming back in that point itself. SuRpLu5 was able to get both of the barriers. The goal was open. They weren't able to close it out. YouAlreadyLose has that stun, which really helps out for stumping that Estelle, because usually you just chuck a strike, you hit both the primary on the enemy goalie plus the core, and it's enough. But with Dubu stun, you know, you can just stop that altogether.
So one thing I want to touch on here actually is Barcode gets that quick strike, which I think will help him a lot given how much he's actually getting that core to him. But Bells getting that spark of agility and peak of performance with the spark of strength too. Look how fast he is, Mystic. I mean, I don't know if SuRpLu5 is going to be able to keep up with this Julie now, especially with Vaughn kicking into overdrive, but Barcode with a gross save, absolutely disgusting save on both barriers.
Barriers are up.
And then another one from
everyone's
barriers are up. And as I say that, Joker with the amazing play, able to get both Bells, finding another dash punch. These crucial dash punches is giving them, you know, so much time and so much space to keep playing and find these barriers, because Barcode, not an easy goalie to score on, but when he only has one forward, it becomes a lot more doable as his other forward comes up. Vaughn looking real low, getting that orb. Joker trying to find the play, only able to find some damage, and Bells with the another dash punch should flip, gets it in here, and not really much else you can do. Good try from Joker there, but man, these dash punches, Mystic.
Yeah, he has another 20 power, right, coming through from the extra spark, and now all of a sudden he has glass cannon plus two spark of, like, 2 stacks of spark of strength in a sense, and then pummelers. So he's just hitting like he's hitting like a brick.
A lot of knockback.
And it's so much damage too, right? Like, it was a dash punch and Puffy's at half health for the most part, and now Vaughn gets to walk around and do whatever he does. They can't walk past him. YouAlreadyLose getting a little too close, taken out, but at least Vaughn is known for his goalie as well. Maybe they're able to hold it down just a little bit longer. But Barcode he can't walk up as much as he wants to here because his goal is wide open, and he has to worry about Bells just getting a free dash punch and scoring it on top of them. So that power play ended up being 1 barrier total. Oh, but just as I say that, Joker able to finish that off and gets a second barrier, not able to secure the point. A little bit of a passing play going on, and Joker able to weave it through between Vaughn and YouAlreadyLose.
Yeah, beautiful use of that Zentaro passive actually to get it right in between them, and I believe he had the primary to follow up as well as his strike, so that seemed kind of like a surefire goal. You know, I think a little bit of miscommunication there from Vaughn and YouAlreadyLose, and 2-2. Or 2-2 on the sets, 1-1 on this last set, as Joker gets a barrier, gets the second barrier with that Zentaro passive. They're looking to get 2 points here real quick. Barcode playing aggressive, trying to keep it to Puffy. Puffy with the flip. Oh, Dubu comes down as well as Bell's ult, so 2 ults down for the side of trio abusers, but they defend for now. Bell's looking awfully low, has the core flip though, so definitely does not want to look to evade here. Joker, but he gets a kill with the core flip as well as the barrier, and I mean, this is just looking so much harder now for SuRpLu5 as Puffy trying to keep it away from Vaughn, but Vaughn just doing so well to dribble Joker with the amazing core flip to keep it out, stalling for Barcode. Barcode comes back up, and Puffy trying to find the shot here. YouAlreadyLose has that core flip, so it's going to be incredibly hard for him to find that goal. Dash punch not able to get it, Julio not able to get it, and Bell's going down. Power play here from SuRpLu5.
Yeah, at least they're able to get 1 KO. Nice Dubu wall, although a little bit wonky there. It was able to hold it down. YouAlreadyLose blows the core flip. Vaughn has his own, and Bell should be up in 1 second. He's not up fast enough. Joker able to finish off that point, and what a great hold by Joker and Puffy while Barcode was down. They were able to hold it down just long enough for Barcode to come back and turn it around. So it started off really strong for SuRpLu5, but then all of a sudden went crazy haywire for trio abusers, but they were able to bring it back, and now Vaughn looking to make a play here with his core flip, but Bells again takes out Joker. These dash punches, you have to, it's so hard to be ready for them, right? Because you die from much further than what you initially expect due to all the all the extra power that Bells has on his character right now. But Joker is back, and they're trying to push for this final barrier here. It looks like, oh my goodness, again, it's just non-stop annihilation coming through from Bells. Constantly 1 man up here.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to think, right, if SuRpLu5 just can find a way to stop dying to these dash punches, it feels like they have the upper hand overall, as Joker has that core flip, so definitely looking to defend here. Puffy evading, trying not to die with that Molten Bolt. Bells looking quite low. Joker forced to use his core flip, does not know how else to get it around Vaughn, and Bells gets his core flip up, finds the open passing lane, nothing Barcode can do, hits into that bottom corner, and I mean, we keep saying it over and over again, these dash punches, dash punches, dash punches. It's what's keeping trio abusers alive in this game.
Yeah, I think SuRpLu5 needs to make sure that Atlas Well is down at all times so that they stop walking towards the sides. But even now, even without the dash punch to KO someone, immediately both of those barriers taken out. YouAlreadyLose walking up, has his own flip, tried to pass down to Vaughn to make a cheeky play there, but it looks like it was just slightly off. Bells is staggered right now, able to get his full bar back, but Puffy almost taken out by Bells, not from a dash punch, but just from pure stagger. And nice save by YouAlreadyLose, able to protect that second barrier. I thought for sure that was gone. Joker has his core flip, trying to get himself into a position where they can at least break it, but standing from there, there's almost nothing you can do. And my god, the somersault to stun it perfectly, not able to get through with the Centauro ultimate, but maybe they can get through with a kill. And there's another dash punch. Orc, they keep on dying. SuRpLu5 is a man down at all times.
Yeah, and trio abusers trying to secure this game here on the power play. Barcode with a great save, flip onto Bells, not quite able to find it, and even game now. I mean, YouAlreadyLose holding it down right now, not wanting to lose this barrier, and as I say that, the Crystal Thorn's actually removing it, but the dash punch from Bells, hitting it right past Barcode. Barcode trying to evade, strike it, but it's just going so fast with the hot shot, with overtime. I mean, trio abusers just reverse swept that, but that game was so incredibly close. I think we're in for a banger of a series.
Yeah, I was surprised. SuRpLu5 started so strong, but eventually, as Bells and Vaughn got their awakenings, it felt like they were getting out of the position where the damage was stacking. Right, Vaughn had so much HP. He had reverberation
15.
plus big fish. Oh my god, 15 KOs! All right, I'm taking off my glasses again. I gotta be blind. No glare here. But yeah, it's like they ended up stacking enough HP that infinite big fish was absolutely huge, right? Because even though the Centauro picked it up too, it was supposed to go to Bells, right? Bells would have gotten it regardless, I believe. But the Centauro picked it up and the Joker picked it up. But the biggest thing was Vaughn being able to pick up the big fish, and then he got the reverberation later on. So he had so much extra stagger, and then all of a sudden, no KOs were happening. But I should say all the KOs were happening through Bells, because he doesn't care about the stagger amount of anyone, right? Because he's just getting dash punch, and it's a pure knockback KO. He's not worried about if you're staggered or not. It's just like, hey, if you're close to the edge, you're dead. And almost every single point that was scored was with a man up.
Yeah, and I mean, we really talked about it a lot in the game, but it felt like the first two sets, what they were able to do, obviously before Bells kind of got a lot of that power, right, is they were able to, or at least SuRpLu5 was able to find a lot of damage, right? Look at Joker's damage, almost 50k damage. Puffy, almost 40k damage, right? The 48 and 38,000 respectively. They have a lot of those redirects too, but Vaughn, just look how many redirects Vaughn has, 54. He was able to keep it ahead, give Bells enough time to scale, give Bells enough time to find those KOs, you know? They say rare Bells KO, but I think it's a common Bells KO nowadays because of 15 kills off of just a random dash punch. And we almost never really saw the Atlas ult play into factor of it too because of how random and how sudden they were, right? Yeah. Even with extra special. So one thing that I feel like SuRpLu5 need to adapt to here is, you know, whether you take that off the table, whether you take the Juliet off the table from Bells that he's so comfortable on, force him onto that Rasmus, or, you know, try to just not that a dash punch. Seems, you know, it's way harder than it is, you know, to say it out loud. It's definitely really, really hard to avoid, you know, dash punch and keep the core forward at all time. But when they were able to survive, it felt like they were getting so much more tempo because Vaughn just wasn't able to take both Joker and Puffy's pressure.
Yeah, it's a simple play better, win more. They have what it takes to win, and it's like you said, if they can avoid the dash punch, maybe need to do some tracking of cooldowns in comms, whatever they need to do to figure it out, because it looks like they're just not respecting it, right? They're playing in a way where it's focused on the core, and it's an intense game, right? You're up against trio abusers, you're focused on the core, you're focused on clearing it out, making all these things, and you kind of just lose track of the Juliet for a second. And that's all it takes for Bells to find a KO, and especially when you have so much power, you don't realize you're in danger half the time. But
yeah, and I believe we're sending it to break actually real quick, and we'll be right back with you guys for the rest of this series. And I mean, stay here, right? Don't go anywhere. You know, use the bathroom if you need to, get some water, but stay here because you got some more hype games ahead of you.
Okay, we're back in the draft here for game number 2. Trio abusers have the game advantage right now in this best of 3 series. If they win this, they win it all. Timeless Creator, peak performance are starting Awakenings, and it looks like it's an Asher ban. Everyone is afraid of this Joker Asher here, and I actually can't see the map. Oh, it's Oni Village here, so no Asher and the Rasmus ban. Okay, so I know Bells prefers to go in or opt in for the Rasmus here over the Juliet, so I think they recognize that as well and ban that out. It's going to be harder to get those dash punches on this map for Bells, but hey, I don't know. Anything can happen here.
Yeah, I think definitely a pretty smart Rasmus ban. As you know, I also agree. I think Rasmus is a lot stronger in this map. He has a lot more space to work, has that movement speed buff. Juliet just kind of feels like she gets outpaced a bit. So, you know, gonna be taking that peak performance there, the Juliet and the Kai forward actually. So we can talk about that a little bit. One of Vaughn's specialties on Oni Village, but there is the Juliet, there is the Estelle on the other side, so could be a little bit vulnerable here.
Yeah, we have. I know Vaughn absolutely loves forward Kai on this map specifically, right? He'll pick it every single time. It's like his favorite pick on here, either that or the Luna you tend to see. But one thing I want to point out here is that both of the goalies have access to Timeless Creator. And if I was in this game, you'd see an Amy on this map right now, right? I'd love to pick Timeless Creator here. And I'm surprised that, well, I wouldn't say surprised. We opted in for the Dubu who got taken out immediately. I don't even know what that was. Was that the Joker using his dash punch? And Vaughn having to play a little bit of goalie with Barcode having both barriers up there, looking really strong. Similar to last game, YouAlreadyLose is able to make it back here, but the level advantage is for the 2 forwards of SuRpLu5 Esports. No Dubu wall at all to protect that bottom part. And yeah, that first immediate kill that kind of fast forwarded Joker to level 2, then got Puffy to level 2 as well, was enough to finish off both of the barriers and score that goal.
Yeah, and the great dash punch to finish us out from Joker, plus the emote. You can't forget about that. And one thing that I'm definitely looking forward for this match is that Puffy Estelle, right? We saw Puffy Estelle's last game, but I do believe that it's a little bit better on Oni Village as Bells finds both barriers here off of Barcode. So Barcode going to be a little bit naked in his own net. Bells looking to dribble a bit here. Puffy trying to hit out of his hands, able to do so. And YouAlreadyLose, holding on to one barrier, you know, chilling out, trying to give it to his forwards over and over again. Vaughn running around with that Kai as we're seeing his perspective as well. And Puffy Joker both have core flips. This is their time. Ooh. Great dash punch. Stuns YouAlreadyLose. Great core flip in between Vaughn and Bells. A little bit of miscommunication again. None of them able to get back to it on time. And it's going to be 0-2, or 2-0, excuse me, from SuRpLu5 as we start out immediately.
Yeah, YouAlreadyLose. I don't know if that was a misclick. I'm going to assume it was a misclick. Using his core flip a little bit early. Did not have it for the defense. Puffy was able to secure that point really quickly after breaking the barrier. But now it is SuRpLu5 Esports down a barrier. Not that it matters too much, but the second one does matter way more. That first one can go without much effort. It is the last one that you have to lock down really well. And now it is YouAlreadyLose, who's in a similar position to the last point here. Has to hold down this final barrier. But look at Joker's health. And look at where Barcode is.
Yeah, a little bit far forward there. You know, Oni Village, the classic, able to just kind of skate along the side of the speed boost there and then just kind of go right in the net. Not really, you know, not playing there. Definitely unfortunate timing from Barcode. Almost had his flip. I thought he might have been able to get to it on time, but quick barrier there from Puffy, actually, as we get into this next point. Quick points so far on Oni Village, and quick barriers, says Puffy, within the first 10 seconds, finds both. And then Joker and Puffy looking to get their bells, not able to find that KO. The Atlas ult was there just in case. Flip onto Barcode. Bells catches it. You know, Puffy gets stopped by the smiley face. The Dubuel, that's some new tech I have not seen before. Barcode keeping it up as well. You know, Tree Abusers struggling to get these barriers, struggling to keep possession of the core. Puffy just has to get it to Joker to try to find a dash punch. I don't think he has it up, but Primary not quite there in time. Puffy looking up, not able to get it. Caleb playing absolutely amazing defense here to Bells, gets the top barrier finally, and Barcode sitting on one barrier, able to defend for a long time, and this Kai is finally taking space in this game.
Yeah, one thing I wanna mention here is that Puffy honest still has the scoring power himself, right? It's not only like a Joker who has to be the one out, whereas Trio Abusers has Vaughn on Kai, making it a lot harder. Wait, I just blinked for a second and someone's off my screen. Where did Puffy go?
I believe he got dash punch plus maybe a Giga. You know, there's a lot going on here as another one going on here as well. And Bells, oh my goodness, the dash punch perfectly timed off of the core flip from YouAlreadyLose gets it to him off the speed boost. Barcode just going into the goal with the core there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, immediately I was just like, I didn't even have a second to see how quick that KO was, and 2 KOs coming out for Trio Abusers, even though the second one was as the goal was scored, tying up this round 2-2 here. And now it is looking quite a bit different from how it was going last game. It was SuRpLu5 who were super dominant early on. Joker able to find that barrier though. Bells has his own core flip and is in position to try to finish off this final barrier here, but no, doesn't use the flip there. Is trying to wait for either more cooldowns to come out or just a better position overall. Not able to finish it off with the flip. Vaughn has his own. Again, it's like just trying to put yourself in these positions where it's like, hey, you don't want to blow the core flip when you know for a fact it can't go through. So they're only ever using it when they have even like the slightest of chance for it to work. But no, Vaughn trying to use it defensively, it doesn't work out. Barcode able to walk up a little bit more, but Bells trying to find this final point here, or this final barrier. YouAlreadyLose has to play a little bit more defensive, where he doesn't hold as well as an Atlas does. The benefit of Dubu comes from playing up forward, so right now they are not in a good position here. This can be SuRpLu5's point to finish off and start round 1 really strong.
Yeah, really strong Bells feels after getting that last barrier. Barcode's Expanse not able to get there on time. YouAlreadyLose able to sneak it past Puffy. Great save there. Barcode trying to get it around back to Puffy, but Vaughn and Bells looking for a great scoring potential. Dash not able to hit it, but the strike out times Barcode. And Trio Abusers battling back that first set, right? You know, coming down 0-2, realizing, hey, we need to step it up a bit. We just went to the bathroom. You know, maybe Vaughn let out a bit of his juice, right? You know, had to rejuice a little bit, find that point. Find his stride there as we get into draft. Lots of good here in this draft, actually, as we're hovering the hot shot on the Dubu, and we'll have to see what else takes. Reverberation first pick. I didn't see that coming. I was thinking maybe Egoist. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about this?
What was the starting awakening that he took Reverberation there? But Egoist going over to Joker.
Peak performance.
Peak performance. Okay, so maybe he's going for a little bit of HP stacking here. Missile prop going over to Atlas. We might see some cheeky KOs again. But YouAlreadyLose opting in for the extra special instead of the missile prop. More of those Dubu walls with Timeless Creator is better than the missile prop. That's what he's saying. Even though missile prop is really funny and I'd like to see it. And you get some of these plays where you can just lock down a zone. And the more he does it, right, the easier it is to get these barriers. You just push it along the lanes and follow it up with a Dubu ult. And nice Giga Blast from Vaughn, helping out with that push on that final barrier. And they're starting off this set really strong as well. But Puffy is not giving this up, holding his own against Vaughn for just a little bit longer. And Joker finally, it's a dash punch that is not coming from Bells.
Yeah, and I mean, great kill, find on that KO there. And Joker and Puffy really got to make use of this this power play though, as Bells comes back up and the power play is over. So I mean, down a barrier, right? Barcode kind of naked in his goal again. And Joker and Puffy need to find this barrier as Vaughn controls the core, barrages it through to Barcode. Barcode looking, waiting for his forwards, able to get it up. Joker with that flip, so does Vaughn have it. Vaughn uses that flip to not get hit by that Juliet ult and to secure the core there. Puffy not able to find it. You know, YouAlreadyLose just having amazing presence here on that barrier. An unbreakable wall as Bells, 2Bells almost has that dash punch ready. Barcode's looking out for it. He has the flip ready as well. All three members of SuRpLu5 have their core flip. Garfield, use flip, not like that. Puffy just misses it as Bells dashes, tries to get it, stuffs the, oh my goodness, what a save from Barcode there. Actually stops the Juliet ult. Not quite every day you see that happen as the duo coming down. Joker trying to find this barrier, but finds the KO instead and the barrier. That's 2 for 1, baby. Joker to Puffy. Puffy looking for that goal, not quite there yet. They have 5 seconds in that power play, and that's all they need. Puffy with the amazing goal there.
Thorn's able to find it. Overtime with the speed lanes coming out from Oni Village is so hard to kind of predict where it's going to go. Sometimes even if you guess right, you're just not fast enough.
Yeah.
The core moving at crazy speeds like that, Puffy was able to find it, and good hold from Barcode in the meantime, right? If the core was going so fast, he was able to protect it against Bells, but not this time around. It's both barriers gone immediately within seconds. At least they got the double wall out. This is the time that they need to strike and try to get this final barrier, because probably within like another 10 seconds it's going to go up. But Bells, the solo play here, using the corner there to dribble to himself, bait out a little bit of cooldowns, get the positioning that he needed, and dash punch it his way in to get a point, tying it up 1-1 in this round.
Yeah, able to, you know, right place at the right time, and he's looking pretty good here too, as he, you know, they lose that barrier, but Bell's looking, almost has that flip. YouAlreadyLose already has it himself, gonna be protecting that bottom barrier, kind of a common thing we've been seeing all set here. You know, and Puffy to Joker. Joker back down to Barcode. Barcode defending here, has both barriers, has a lot to play with. Puffy just trying to find a little bit of space around Vaughn, but easier said than done as Bells just finds the KO with Puffy playing a little bit greedy on the side there. Uses the core flip to try to get him, but I think definitely very worth to get this power play here. Vaughn and Bells gotta make use of this power play though now as Puffy's already back up, and Vaughn till YouAlreadyLose to Bells trying to find it. Barcode just sitting there waiting, patient, not using an ability. As I say that, used an ability. Perfect timing though, gets a lot of the saves. And Puffy trying to find a goal here to Joker. Bells not quite able to get the dash punch. This game is so fast-paced. Oni Village moment. We love it as Barcode not able to defend that last barrier. Great barrage from Vaughn there, and a great core flip as well. Getting it to Bells, punches it straight past Barcode in here. And these core flips straight to Bells, just finding the timing are just incredible to watch.
Those are really tough core flips to hit unless you have like an immense amount of trust between your teammates, right? Because typically when you core flip, you're not looking for the pass. You're trying to just find an angle to the goal or something of that nature. But Vaughn able to see the angle, not only bounce it off the bottom to get it to Bells perfectly, but Bells knew exactly what Vaughn wanted to do there and reacted with the punch just in time to get it. Joker, though, starting off this round, Joker and Puffy starting off this round really strong, almost able to finish off the point there, though. Barcode is, at least because he has that final barrier, able to walk up slightly more to offer a midfield presence. And now we're getting a little bit more offensive attacks coming through from SuRpLu5. Great Cosmic Expanse there to hold it down while the Flurry is active. And we are close to a couple of core flips here. Barcode and Puffy are only a few hits away from getting it and could turn this point back and tying up the set. But every time Bells walks up here, it's so scary because you never know. You kind of just expect him to get something to happen here. But trading barriers, or sorry, trading flips, nothing coming out of it. Nice stall to bait out the Cosmic Expanse, but again, it's just ping-ponging at this moment. Overtime, look at that core go.
Yeah, and I mean, flip from Bells whiffs that strike a little bit, actually, so really not getting too much for it. Dubu will have to be used there. Great attempt there from Puffy as Joker squeezes it through the gap in the wall, able to find the dash punch straight through Vaughn, straight through YouAlreadyLose. They did not have enough abilities to stop that. There? I'm not actually sure. I believe he flipped and then into that dash punch immediately, so not quite, you know, maybe what I call the Yoki tech, but a little bit more standard of a dash punch, I would say. But, you know, on what else is standard is Vaughn's play here as he gets a quick barrier, playing defense, and not able to stop that top barrier. So 1 for 1, good trade here as we kind of get into this last point for this second set.
I love Joker just standing on the healing pad there, the Atlas ultimate. Trying to get the droplets of juice to heal himself up. And hey, it worked out because without it, he would have been dead right there to Bells' dash punch. 1-1 here on the barriers. And Joker able to find the KO on on Vaughn here, who has been the iron wall holding it down in the midfield. So maybe this is the play that they needed to get this barrier and tie up the rounds. But it feels like, I don't know what it is, it feels like people just come back so quick on owning village. You're able to stall it out, and the core just takes forever to get where it needs to be because of all the constant back and forth, sending it entire football fields before it ever manages to find something. A little bit of a spread out ping from YouAlreadyLose. I'm pretty sure you're just slamming buttons and brought that out by accident, but hey, it is what it is. It is trio abusers down, open goal, naked as you say. Dubu trying his best to hold it on. Are they able to finish this point off?
Ooh, they are. Yeah, Puffy with the crystal thorns as you're passing it off. I mean, really, really good find there as they go 1-1 in this set. I mean, they're not done with this map, right? They want to battle it out here. They think, you know, we went to that final point on the last map. We're not done here. We're able to find it, and just, you know, nothing too crazy on this carousel. I think there is the big fish available possibly for Bells, or excuse me, for Joker actually to take Bells as last pick, so he will probably not get his hands on it. And then Vaughn getting that quick strike, actually very good awakening, especially from midfielders, and especially to get up that core flip, especially on this map where control is everything. And real quick, I kind of want to talk about just kind of like the two teams, right? The aggressive SuRpLu5 Esports with Barcode holding it down, just Puffy and Joker just reliantly consistent on those goal barrier attempts and on those goal attempts. But Vaughn and Bells just so stalwart, Vaughn able to just stall so much time and give it to Bells and just, you know, procure Bells the rock. It's kind of the mantra, right? And he's doing it over and over again, but he's going to have to do a lot more, as we see right here with the top barrier and bottom barrier down for both teams. So I don't know. I mean, it feels like SuRpLu5 is on the right track, but this is going to be tough.
You can see the difference in the plays, like you're mentioning here. It's like super aggressive coming out from SuRpLu5 Esports, but watch this. It's always Joker and Puffy walking up together and trying to make these plays, but it's Bells almost solo every single time, and great trades of barriers, everything wide open right now. But it's usually just Bells who is like the sole factor in the forward attack when it comes to trio abusers here. And it's Vaughn who sits in the midfield and just plays this like iron wall, and nice find. I don't know, Puffy with the great hit there. Was that the primary that got it in?
Yeah, the primary.
Yeah, finding the angle, and that was before overtime. So normal speed point for the first time in a while.
Yeah, and I mean, great find there. Puffy kind of the star of the show almost for the most part, but Joker also, you know, Joker and Barcode both just putting in so much work as well. And as I say that, the star, you know, I have to open my dirty mouth. He dies finally to that dash punch. Giga able to secure that top barrier. Barcode a little bit alone, and what was that bug there? So a little bit of a bug, it looked like there. Yeah, functional Atlas Expanse Dubu wall moment. I don't really know what that was, as another KO onto Puffy from the flip from Bells. And Barcode and Joker just trying to stall here, hopefully not tilted after that. I know I would probably be tilted after seeing what just happened there. But able to stall, Puffy back up, you know, one barrier left, not the end of the world. They are up 1-0. Vaughn stalling for a long time with that quick strikes. Bells just kind of waiting out cooldowns. Joker probably able to find this barrier, not quite. Great defense there from YouAlreadyLose. And Puffy and Joker, like you said, back at it, just so much presence, so much aggression, able to almost get these barriers so much, but YouAlreadyLose just, you know, showing why he's the rank 1 goalie in the world right now. And I mean, the same kind of thing. Joker and Puffy just at it again. Bells not able to get his hands on it, and finally the Estelle primary secures that. Barcode has that flip, has the insurance just in case something like this happens, but he's not in range. And a point to trio users.
It always looks so clean when Bells finds these like quick flick angles, just pocketing it, no abilities needed, just a nice strike to the corner. But one thing I want people to start noticing here is the way the two forwards advance on each of the teams. Look at Vaughn's positioning, look at where Bells is. Bells almost rarely walks past his own midfield going backwards to help. He's always just sitting in a position where it's like if the core comes to him, he will do something about it, right? He will make an aggressive play. But watch on the other side, Joker and Puffy, they're continuously walking in parallel, whether they're both on their own side or both on the enemy side. And you can see how that plays out differently. It's Vaughn always able to get these receives and always make a pass to Bells because he's just in this position to make a play from it. And again, he finds these angles here and walks up when he needs to, but he's never on the enemy side at all times, or he doesn't allow Bells to come back either, right? There's no wasted kind of movement here. They're not ball chasing at all. And I would like to see at least Puffy walk back a little bit more, but allow Joker to stay up so that you're not giving up this positioning Just, oh my god, nice
He's
KO
giving
there.
up that
But
KO though. You know, Joker able to find one with that flip, and Barcode trying to get it back up to him. You know, like you're kind of saying, try to rely on that Juliet a little bit more. You know, Estelle does have that range, so she can jump into the play whenever she wants. Vaughn back up, but Puffy able to find that last goal barrier there. Ooh, Rose Warp, but not quite able to find it. Barcode has a barrier to play with on his own, so has a little bit of that leeway. And Joker and Puffy looking to tie it up 2-2 here, as Bell's looking to end their streak. Finds the dash punch. Barcode, you know, good try, but not quite able to find that Atlas ult. Evade strike, not able to get it. Bell's looking in a prime position to take this. Vaughn dribbling, waiting it out. Joker's back up, dash punches it through. Gonna try to find Puffy here, possibly trying to get the goal. Core flip from YouAlreadyLose. YouAlreadyLose saving it again and again and again, and Joker gets Giga Blasted, trying to control it in midfield here, trying to slow it down, give Barcode some space, give him time for his cooldowns, and give time for Puffy as well with those longest still cooldowns. But man, I mean, Vaughn is just all over the field here, as he just seems like he cannot be stopped. Second goalie here, walking up now with it, but as the Rose Warp comes in, another great save, and I mean the Dubu wall to kind of shut down that last area. Bells with the dribble. I mean, this map is just so chaotic, not able to find the KO off that dash punch. Barcode with the Atlas primary. Maybe Joker can find something here, not quite, trying to send it to him. They're forwards. I mean, Vaughn just all over it again. Puffy with the Rose Warp. YouAlreadyLose. This is just back and forth, and I'm just getting so tired. My voice is dead. Vaughn able to core flip and get it away, but just attack. SuRpLu5 are just unrelenting as they are with the kill there. Vaughn going down. This is the chance for them to finally find that goal. Joker not able to get on top of it with that Dubu wall. Puffy a little bit too far forward. Barcode has that flip just in case. Puffy, Joker, come on. You can find it here. Let us give me a break. Vaughn, YouAlreadyLose finding that flip. Atlas expands, Atlas primary gone, has nothing but that core flip. And I mean, Mystic, what do you think's going on here with this ping pong?
Bro, they're not letting you breathe. They're going.
No.
Borg going a little bit of Borg mode here on the gas. Just wants to talk a little bit about Puffy. Able to find the angle for the first time in that looked like the longest point of the game. Oni Village overtime goes super fast here.
Oh,
So I was surprised that the ping pong was going on for so long, but man, it was just constant back and forth. Rarely abilities being used because just one strike is able to send the core flying. But they are able to tie it up here, and it is Trio Abusers taking a little bit of an advantage right now. Puffy blows the core flip there, doesn't find it, but Joker using a little bit of Himsagi here. Egoist walking up, has the movement speed, yes, uses the flip, able to find that first barrier here, tying it up. Bell's doing a little bit of damage to Barcode. I think it's just kind of a send a message there. Able to find that last barrier here, and now Trio Abusers are in prime position to score and then take this advantage in game number 2. Walking up, Bells tries to find it. Vaughn has the flip here, stalls it out, doesn't find the angle, trying to just feed it over there, and eventually does make it through Joker. It's always awkward there because Joker doesn't want to give the pass up through the middle to Bells, but he also doesn't want to be too far up and then let it get through below him. But eventually one of the two options will make it through, and Bells with a simple punch able to win that round number 2 going into the draft here. Well, what do we got?
Yeah, well, one thing to look at here actually is the build different. You know, I don't expect it to get through to the Juliet. Dubu looking like he's going to secure it. Fire up on Barcode. I really like that pick actually, since he is getting core flip. These rounds are going so incredibly long. Bulk up going on to Joker. Stacks actually we missed a little bit going on to Vaughn, so that's definitely going to help him. But he needs to be careful not to get KO'd, as Spark of Agility on both Bells and Puffy going to help him move a little bit faster. I mean, everyone in the game really trying to either increase their size to get faster or just run faster, because this map is just so chaotic with how fast everything goes due to the speed barriers, you know. Not really sure why they buffed it, but we're seeing it here because of how crazy this set is, as a little bit unfortunate Dubu wall, you know, kind of getting their top barrier for him. And 1-1 here. I mean, first point of the set, how are we expecting it to go?
I mean, Trio Abusers has been starting really strong here, right? And I'm trying to remember the draft. I'm hoping that Barcode being able to pick up this fire up is able to make a difference, but until he gets that core flip, it's still looking just the same, or I should say it's like he has no additional awakening until he gets a core flip there. And Bell's able to take advantage of this extra pressure that he has, finds that last barrier here, and ooh, the point blank Giga Blast, able to get the KO there. And one thing to keep in mind, and nice, Joker breaking some ankles, able to get the point. But yeah, sometimes there's actually a bug with Kai Giga Blast that happens quite a bit. If you use it point blank, the splash sometimes just doesn't come out altogether and you get a single hit. So no bug there. Vaughn was able to find the kill, but eventually lose the point here. Starting off 1-0 for SuRpLu5 Esports.
Yeah, I think Joker scanning Bells, you know, this entire set, this entire series, right? And able to find that incredible play there. That's definitely a clippable moment, definitely a highlight, able to stop the core and just dribble around everybody, and finds another dash punch here early in this round to get that first barrier. Bells with the core flip, looking for possibly a barrier here, doesn't need it, finds it anyway. Barcode with the flip, Bells taking him from him, finding that frame perfect flip, getting the last barrier. Barcode, you know, gets the fire up off, but his forwards weren't really able to get to it on time, and Joker with the flip of his own able to make it even 2-2 or 0-0. Both core flips down, and the Giga!
Oh my god, but the Giga blast!
Pulls out the clear from
angle.
Barcode and hits it back into his own net. Great play from Vaughn.
A little bit of an emo moment. Vaughn absolutely styled on Barcode there. Did not expect that to happen at all. I could not have predicted that angle in a million years here. Definitely a mental hit there, but hey, you got to recover and go right back at it. Joker able to find that first barrier. Dodges the dash one from Bells, but Bells has, I believe, 10 stacks of Orb Ponder already. So he just gets to do these free dash punches or flurries non-stop because he'll eventually just pick up another orb and have it all back here. And now the aggression coming out from Trio Abusers is so much higher here. Barcode getting close to his next flip. Let's see if they can make a fire-up play, but Bells taking the orb from Barcode here, getting some energy of himself, getting some cooldown resets here. And man, the way the game is being played now, it feels like it's Trio Abusers' game to have, and it's their game to throw away, right? Like they have to be the ones making mistakes in order for SuRpLu5 to win.
And, you know, not quite a mistake there, but, you know, Barcode able to stuff Vaughn's core flip there, and Vaughn getting stuffed into the side of the arena. Great kill there from Joker and Puffy. And Barcode has that fire up available, and a great core flip does not even matter, doesn't need that extra speed boost onto his forwards. He says, I'll do it myself. 2-1, SuRpLu5 Esports. You know, great point there. They're able to whittle down Vaughn, able to get Vaughn out of his stacks, right? No more stacks. You got to remember onto Vaughn there, so he's not running it quite as fast. Got to build those up again. And just a good angle there from Barcode.
Yeah, and take a look at Joker's energy here. Only a few hits away from hitting Egoist proc, and then you might see a play happen just from that alone. The fire up is helping out, right? Giving both of their teammates 15% extra energy here, but Joker has that speed boost, able to... Doesn't look like it, not able to make anything of it. Vaughn doing a little bit of playing around, stalling, because he knows that if he can just wait out a few more seconds, Joker's speed boost is completely gone, and he doesn't have to worry about that Egoist, but he does have that permanent 5% movement speed while full on energy here. Trying to find a play, uses the core flip to find a KO on YouAlreadyLose, who is such a strong goalie here, and without even get the ace! My goodness, what a punch.
One punch, man, 2 kills. That's a clip. I mean, 3-1, right? SuRpLu5 kind of back into it now. Great play from Joker, finding a triple kill there, actually, eventually. Kind of just finding all those kills. One punch KO, both Vaughn and I believe Bells as well, just standing a little bit too far back. Not able to really clear that core, right? Hard to evade, hard to save that core, as we get a lot of interesting awakenings here in the final set. Twin Drive being taken away from the Doobie here, as the Doobie is probably going to take that away from the Atlas onto the Estelle. Catalyst onto Vaughn, so he's going to be building core flip incredibly fast. Primetime onto the Joker, hitting a little bit harder, getting a second punch. And Bells actually has 2 sparks right now, Spark of Agility and Spark of Resilience, so he's gonna be a lot tankier. Look at him go. Look how tanky he is with the bulk up, with the reverberation, or excuse me, peak, not bulk up. And he's just so fast too with the Spark of Agility. It's gonna be hard to stop him.
Yeah, I feel like Bells always finds a way to get like a really nice build somehow, no matter what the trainings are. He seems like he has the better trainings than Joker, and is able to run around like crazy. Look at the movement speed, right? The agility movement speed plus the peak performance with all that stagger there.
Save.
Not able to find the point there though. I thought I was going in for sure. Barcode able to hold it down just a little bit longer, but the relentless attacks coming through. Vaughn can go so fast to just pick up the core anytime it slides even remotely by him, and Joker and Puffy aren't able to walk past him fast enough to continue their push here. And my god, almost a flip and dip there, stalled it out. A simple punch is all they needed.
Yeah, and Barcode, I mean, holding it down so incredibly long. So many insane saves there just in that one sequence. But, man, Vaughn just winning every single strike war against Joker there. I think it was like up to like 5 or 6 strike wars that ended up happening there just to keep it up to Bells. Puffy not able to get a part of the play. Barcode unable to fully clear it, but one barrier for each team goes down early on in this first, or in this second point here. Joker trying to make a play of his own, finally, you know, get a little bit humiliated at that last point, you know, wants to redeem himself. Puffy almost has that core flip, same with Joker. They're looking primed and ready as Puffy takes that flip early, does not want to risk the random barrier from going down. Vaughn has that flip available and his stacks fully up. He is moving around, he is schmoving as Joker has the Egoist proc. You know, Dubuel, Timeless Creator, Timeless Log, just staying there, blocking everything that Joker can do. And it feels like they're just struggling to get it past midfield now with how fast Vaughn is and how, you know, easily he's getting these core flips up as well with the Catalyst, with the quick strikes. And Bells is just playing around now. They're just dribbling, trying to get it around Joker and Puffy. And, oh man, this just looks like torture for them.
It's like, how do you get it past this man? Vaughn has quick strikes, plus stacks on stacks, plus Catalyst, is generating so much energy for himself, has constant flips, even against a team that has fire up. What a play there. Bells able to use his flip, finds Barcode's flip, dash punch, that's all they need. 1 point away from taking this Primetime Tuesday, number 6 in a row. SuRpLu5 Esports needs to do something now if they want a chance to be a king killer.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they can do it still. You know, I think that as they can figure out a way to damage or at least control Vaughn's presence here as he's, you know, already gets the first barrier and running around like it's no one's business. Flip to not die. Joker able to break him, trying to find the KO, but Vaughn just too fast to keep up with his Bells, just absolutely punching the heck out of Barcode, PG by the way, to get that last barrier, right? And you already lose up a barrier. Vaughn with that Giga, not quite able to find it, but the barrage, great expanse there to actually save it. Joker core flips Vaughn off of the map, and finally, you know, a little bit of leeway there from SuRpLu5, able to get it to Puffy. Rose Thorns down, not able to get it. Dash punch, great dash punch there to actually get the last barrier. Vaughn's back up. You know, Trio Abusers finally, you know, actually have Vaughn back up, and they're able to secure that midfield presence, but I think SuRpLu5 just might get this point. You know, they're on a lot of attacks here. Oh, and I say that goodness. Bells and Vaughn and
the Giga
Caleb.
Blast.
Actually, I think it was the Giga Blast that got the kill. Yeah. Puffy and Barcode trying to keep it away from the net. Flip onto Puffy. Not quite there, and Bells just going to dump it in. Victory
and
from
that's it, the final
Trio
point.
Abusers. I mean,
3-0 in the final round.
Mystic.
2-0 in the set.
6-time champs.
How? Who's gonna take these people down?
This is crazy.
Someone
it's got to
to
be us, right? And the next
it's got to be us.
It's got to be us.
Prime
right?
time too.
Oh, I think Mystic died of the brilliance that we saw there from Trio Abusers. So, I mean, look at the score. Wall Mystic fixes his mic here. You know, I think 9 KOs, you know, 7 on the Bells, 2 on the Vaughn, and then 10 on the Joker, and 1 from the missile prop on Barcode. Actually, that was a pretty funny kill. But just look at the redirects on Vaughn, everybody. If you want to learn midfield, go watch this Vaughn guy. You know, Firelight TV. He deserves the shout out because just how ridiculous the number of shots, the number of redirects, and his presence. 58 saves as well. Look at his stats. It makes absolutely no sense how he is everywhere on the field. He knows exactly which trainings to take. It felt like he was the king of that game. And I mean, Bells and YouAlreadyLose as well, just kind of both playing tremendously. Bells able to find so many plays, 9 goals as well, you know, just getting so many good plays. And YouAlreadyLose holding it down, 98 saves, you know, Barcode doing his due diligence as well. Same redirects as Caleb, or excuse me, YouAlreadyLose with the 272 redirects, but a little bit more saves. Barcode is definitely taking a little bit more pressure from that the entire game, I believe. But I believe the deal breaker on that was Vaughn able to be kind of more the stalwart midfielder, help out with defense, help out with offense, get it to Bells when he needs to, and Puffy and Joker just unable to find those goal opportunities consistently. No, you're good. I think you're good. Spat away. Got a little technical difficulties at the end, sadly, at the end of the thing here. But Wall Mystic hopefully fixes his mic for the shout out in time. You know, I'm not quite sure if we're getting an interview or something with the winners. But I don't believe we'll be getting an interview here. You know, definitely, they're probably very tired. You know, we're also a little bit tired from playing and from casting this grand finals.
Okay,
but man,
am I
we good?
I'm back.
All right, Mystic's back. I'll let Mystic speak for a little bit as I've been rambling on.
But pretty much what I was talking about was props to Vaughn. This man did it all. He did everything out of his mind. He was forward, goalie, midfielder, iron wall. He was him. That man was him. But one thing I want to point out is the difference in play styles. I talked about it in the middle of the set there. The way Vaughn was playing midfield, he didn't need Bells to ever come back and help him out. Vaughn was able to walk back every single time, get the core himself, bring it past Puffy or Joker, whoever it was, and then get it to Bells, who was just sitting on their goal, making the effective hits on the goals way higher, right? Not just these random stray strikes that end up getting counted as shots or redirects, but the actual shots on goals were way more powerful and way more impactful because Bells was able to do it with abilities and didn't have to give up positioning at all. Whereas Joker and Puffy were moving simultaneously together, either forward or back. So if one person was back, that means no one was forward at all. And if both people were forward, that meant Barcode was by himself if the core ever went through. So that was a big difference in playstyle, and you saw it on the stat screen, almost 400 redirects compared to, it was like almost identical stat line for Joker and Puffy. And that's just a playstyle difference.
Everyone else in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like, that was a playstyle difference. I'm not saying what Trio Abusers did was better, but they were able to play their strategy better.
Yeah, and I guess one thing to kind of touch on here from your point as well, you know, it felt like the aggression from, the aggression from Puffy and Joker, you know, it caught a lot of goalies off guard, especially earlier in the tournament, right? They're able to find so much success just with that onslaught of both of them attacking, both of them using all of their abilities, but you already lose. You know, like I said before, rank 1 goalie for a reason, right? He's just able to hold it down 1v2 most of the time, and Vaughn coming back actually to help him out when he needed it. You know, I think Vaughn being a goalie player as well for, you know, the NASL series and able, you know, knows the role very well, so can kind of count his Dubu's cooldowns, kind of see, you know, when he needs to come back, when he needs to actually help out his goalie, and when he needs to get it to his forward. And Bell's doing a great job of stalling at the same time when he actually gets the core and not just throwing it away immediately straight to the core, or straight to the goalie, excuse me. And man, I mean, really close series, all things, you know, giving 2-0, you know, not quite the 2-1 or what we kind of hope for a best of 3.
Yep.
But really close 2 games. I think, I almost said Finesse, SuRpLu5 Esports, actually.
Oh.
Excuse me. Sorry, Dylan. I apologize. SuRpLu5 Esports. You know, definitely fought their way through that. I think I really want to see them back here again. I do believe they can probably take them down. And I think you guys will have to, you know, tune in to next Primetime Tuesday, or possibly the Pro League this Saturday, when we might be, you know, seeing them match up.
Yeah, we have a big weekend coming up. Me and Borg will be in there playing in as Metropolitan Museum. So you can expect to see us there. Hopefully we make it further than we did today. But we know Trio Abusers isn't there as Sad Boys, and SuRpLu5 Esports will be starring as Finesse in the upcoming tournament. But hey, we got more Primetime Tuesdays to come, which means more tournaments here. And today was like, I'm not sure if this is true. I'm just basing it off of from what I saw. It seemed like today was like the biggest tournament that we've had for Primetime Tuesday. And I don't know if it's because of the spark from Pro League Invitational. We have more teams coming in, the combining of West and East for this week. But it was a lot of fun. I'm really happy to see all these people come in and give their shot. The way you get better is by playing, right? Even if you're not at SuRpLu5 Esports or Trio Abusers level yet, it's not going to happen unless you play.
Yeah, I mean, comp scene thriving here in Omega Strikers. You know, everybody hold. Odyssey will come through. They'll give us some more
Omega
patches.
Strikers.
We'll get some more
Omega
events.
Strikers will be bigger
Everybody
than League.
hold. It will be bigger than League of Legends. Keep coming. Keep playing. I mean, I think everyone can agree that competitive Omega Strikers, fun to watch, fun to play. Like, why would you not want to play, right? Like, I took off my dedicated gym time. I have to, you know, not have these gains. I'm losing gains here to play Primetime Tuesday. So, sacrifices on my part, but you hopefully don't have sacrifices on your part as gamers. You can make this Tuesday every single time. Come play for us. Primetime Tuesday, come back every week. We're actually off next week for, I believe, Pro League and the other things for 4th of July as well. But next week, come back, play. We have Twin Drive Thursday as well, I think is this week too, which is the, you know, over on Europe. Come say hi to our European brothers there. And yeah, I mean, great casting with you, Mystic. Great playing with you as well. You know, a little sad
Yes, sir.
that I had to eat in shame as I watched the semifinals and then come back for grands here. But I enjoyed my time. I guess I'll shout myself out. You can see on the link down here. Oh, I found it. Yep, there. Cameras are flipped. Sorry, guys. At Jord_OS on Twitch and on Twitter. Come follow me. Been streaming a lot. You won't really follow me on Twitter, really. There's not really much to see there, so feel free to not do that. But, you know, Mystic, shout yourself out.
Yeah, so Thanks again, Borg. It was great playing with you today, casting with you today. You can find me over at Mystic_Watch on Twitter or Mystic Watch, no underscore at all on Twitch. If you want to see more Mega Striker stuff from me, it's probably gonna be on Twitch and not on Twitter, like you said. But hey, it was great being here. Great Primetime Tuesday number 6. Congratulations to Trio Abusers, as well as I'm not familiar with who the third place team is, but someone is getting.
It was Silly Goofy Prodigies. I believe Slop's team had to stop because Slop bedtime.
Slop bedtime. Silly Goofy Prodigies, congratulations on your Sony emotes, as well as SuRpLu5 Esports and Trio Abusers, who will be getting the first Sony W. That's it from me. Thank you guys for coming out here, and we'll see you all in the next Primetime Tuesday. Not next week, the week after.